Earlier today, Donald Trump learned about the phrase taco on Wall Street, which stands for Trump always chickens out, which is the belief that Donald Trump will not stand by his tariffs. So people are buying the dip after his announcement of a tariff and then later making money when he backs down, a method that has pretty consistently worked throughout his presidency. Oh boy, Donald Trump was visibly upset when being asked about taco. Well, he's not going to like this other tariff news that just came out. A 3-judge panel at the federal U.S. Court of International Trade has stopped all of his tariffs from Liberation Day. That big chart he held up and was a big fan of, it is gone. This means his 30% tariff on China, 25% on Canada, Mexico, 30% tariff that included islands where only penguins lived. It is gone. And you might remember many of these tariffs have already been paused because of, well, taco. From my understanding, this ruling also means that any money these tariffs have collected already now has to be returned. So yes, you are understanding that correctly. Because he instituted these tariffs, which the panel of judges has ruled against, that money, from my understanding, needs to be returned, which means it's going to cost money to go through that process. So he taxed Americans for the tariffs, because that's who pays tariffs, and then he's going to have to use taxpayer dollars to refund that money. So it's a loss no matter what. Good job. Now, social media is buzzing with people talking about this news, with the phrase taco, and photos of how the stock market started rising the moment this ruling came down. Now, some of Trump's other tariffs do remain in effect, for now at least. Remember, courts are still looking after them, and that's why he's so angry about the courts. But let's take a look at this conclusion. The court holds for the foregoing reasons that IEEPA does not authorize any of the worldwide retaliatory or trafficking tariff orders. The worldwide and retaliatory tariff order exceeds any authority granted to the president by IEEPA to regulate importation by means of tariffs. The trafficking tariffs fail because they do not deal with the threat set forth in this order. This conclusion entitles plaintiffs to judgment as a matter of law, as the court further finds no genuine dispute as to any matter of fact. Summary judgment will enter against the United States. The challenged tariff orders will be vacated and their operation permanently enjoined. There is no question here of narrowly tailored relief. If the challenged tariff orders are unlawful as to plaintiffs, they are unlawful as to all. Yeah, that's why it's so broad. All duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States, and the tax is uniform when it operates with the same force and effect in every place where the subject is found. We continue down, and we have some case law noting statutory and constitutional mandate of uniformity in the interpretation of international trade laws. Plaintiffs' motion for summary judgment are granted. Their motions for preliminary injunction are denied as mute, and judgment will enter accordingly by panel of 3 judges. And I believe, and I could be misremembering, one of the judges is an Obama judge, one is I think it was Reagan judge, and one is a Trump judge. So that's something you got to remember. A lot of these major losses Trump has had in court have actually been from Trump-appointed judges or Reagan-appointed judges or Bush-appointed judges. They're not really coming from a lot of the liberal judges. Some of his biggest losses, I would say a lot of his biggest losses, in fact, have come from conservative judges. So, just putting it out there, you're probably going to see, if you go on social media, you're going to see mention of taco, you're going to see mention of the stock market and tariffs, and of course, as everything else, when something like this happens, it'll be probably about 12 p.m., about 12 a.m., about 1 a.m., around there, Trump will probably post on True Social, raging against judges. But, so far, this is the order. This is the conclusion, and I'll pin this document actually in the pinned comments if you want to read the full thing yourself. It is 49 pages, so if you want to read it, it's there.